A young Ric Flair got the game in a figure four. Rolling with a Triple H, that hammer hit your window whore. Batista bomb your shorty on a bed out in Singapore. Hey, nothing you can say, no Randy Orr. Packed in the back of an Acura 06. Lacked in the cash, but we had us some notions. Now I went back to my school and I'm causing commotion. Now I'm so up it could look like I'm floating.
This right here is my pet snake. He's a male ball python. His name is Naruto, but I just call him the Glick.
Still trying to figure out who robbed my mama for $20. I was broke as hell the same day she got robbed for $20. I ain't gonna lie, it was me who robbed her for the 20.
In today's video, we're gonna be talking about the Glick. It has officially been 90 days since I owned the Glick. So today's video, we're gonna be going over the things I learned in the first 90 days owning this mother. We're gonna talk about the ups, the downs, the trials, and the tribulations. And with no further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get straight to it. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna hit y'all with a little backstory arc, you know what I'm saying? So last year, I had went to this Repticon event that came to my city. Now, y'all already know, if y'all follow me on TikTok, I pull up at every Repticon that come. I'm addicted, I got a problem. But anyway, I'm in there walking around, and I'm pretty much there for one thing. I'm there to get a Glick. I got a specific color morph in mind, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna go with. So I'm just looking and glancing, I'm pondering, thinking, and just, you know, staring at shit. I pulled up on this table, and they had the most outlandish looking Glick I ever seen in my life. So you already know me, I had to grab that. Trust me, just grab that. Anyway, I do my little exchange, and before you know it, bruh's on his way back to the crib. But enough of the backstory, I'm gonna go ahead and go over the things that I learned while owning this mode. And the very first thing we're gonna start off with is the enclosure itself. Now, when you got a juvenile ball python Glick, you know what I'm saying? The smallest size you want to start off with is a 20-gallon long. I ain't gonna go over the measurements of that tank, bro. I'll put that shit on the screen. But a 20-gallon tank, that's what you want to start off with. That's your base. Now, many people do other things. They do like the CVC things or like the little tubs, the little drawers, and bro, I ain't doing all that. That's ugly. I want to see my Glick. I spent $300 on this Glick. I'm gonna look at this motherfucking Glick. One thing that's highly recommended is putting some type of background on the Glick. You know what I'm saying? Because the Glick gonna see all that great outdoors. We start tweaking and shit. If he can like look out the tank and shit, he might feel like a little nervous and whatnot. After that, you want to make sure you got adequate substrate. Now, me personally, I use Reptisaur. That shit like $15 at the reptile store. I go in there, grab a couple bags, and we be on my way. I know from my research that I did, I know people use other things like cocoa fiber. They have some type of actual snake bedding. But me personally, I went with Reptisaur. You want to make sure it's a substrate that can A, hold humidity, and it's a substrate that B, won't cause impaction on the Glick. You don't want the Glick getting stabbed like he in prison. And you also want to make sure the substrate is loose enough that the Glick can burrow and get underneath the ground. You know what I'm saying? Now that we cover substrate, the next thing we gonna go over is heating. Heating has to be adequate, very adequate. I'm talking extremely adequate heating, you know what I'm saying? So there's two ways you can heat the tank. I heat my tank both ways, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. The first one we gonna go over is the under tank heating pad. Make sure you get one with a thermostat so you can regulate the heat. You get one without a thermostat, that shit gonna be 900 degrees, your Glick gonna turn into bacon. And the next type of heating you wanna have is ambient heating throughout the environment, like a heating pad on the back, like you're doing with like a Pac-Man frog or something, or they'll put a heat lamp on the top. I use both because I don't like being hot. I like my AC blasting in the crib, so I got to make sure I have adequate heating in its environment, so therefore he's living a healthy life. You want to have a hot side and a cold side of the tank. On the hot side, the basking part, you want to have that bitch around 90-95 degrees, and on the cold side, you want to have that shit around like 75-85, ambient temperature around 85, and that, you know what I'm saying, all up in the middle work, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get a temperature gun so you can tell what temperature it is. That shit kind of cool to play with too. Got the beam on them, feel like Ja Morant.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
Next thing you want to have is a hide or an enclosure of some type where the snake can go chill, hide out, you know, relax, hit the Zot, Texas girl, whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? Now, you don't got to be too fancy on this. You can go to like the dollar store, get a little Tupperware, cut a hole in it. Me personally, you know what I'm saying, I prefer my things to be buzzed down. So I hopped on Amazon, grabbed this. This shit was like $12. Next thing you want to make sure you have humidity. These motherfuckers need a lot of humidity. They live in like Africa and shit where it be raining and in the forests and jungles and shit. So they need humidity. They used to humidity. I got some sphagnum moss. I got that up in there. Sphagnum moss holds humidity pretty well. I even took a little bit of extra sphagnum moss, put it in its hide. So therefore its hide is extremely humid compared to the rest of the tank. Make sure your watering dish is big enough for the whole Glick to get his whole body up in there. You want the whole Glick to submerge in the water. The level of humidity that they prefer in their tank is around like 60 to 70%, something like that. And last but but not least, enrichment. Yo, Glick gonna wanna have fun. He ain't gonna wanna be up in there just laying down all day. You ain't trying to lay down all day. Y'all remember them commercials that used to come on back in the day on BET with that dude yelling at you with that stupid ass hat on?
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life's passing you by.
Make sure you have some type of enrichment. I got a branch in there. The Glick be on the stick. I got some like fake plants in there. You know what I'm saying? Make it look all earthy and environmentally. I even got a UVB bulb on that bitch. I turn on about a couple hours a day to help with digestion. You know what I'm saying? I'm real bougie with it. I think my snake a pothead, but whenever I light this eye, he just be staring dead at me. When you doing your extensive research before you get this animal and you see everybody talk about feeding issues, I'm gonna tell you right now, the motherfuckers are true. They are very real. The motherfuckers will not eat. They will not fucking eat. They will choose not to eat. That shit don't make sense to me. I know people say that snakes don't got brain cells, but goddamn, it's like that. Medium frozen rat. Try that. Doesn't work. That's been 4 weeks in a row that he refused to eat. Like, bro, on a 100 strike, like he in jail and they took his phone privileges. Like, bro, you gotta eat, bro. What is wrong with you? Bro, talking about he on a 100 strike. Bro, this ain't Orange is the New Black. Bro, you think you pussy? Another thing that I learned, man, handling the snake more and more is always beneficial, man. They always say that, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you handle the Glick. Get the Glick out the tank. Make sure the Glick knows you. Don't let the only time you engage with the Glick be when you feeding the Glick, because then your friends gonna come over. You gonna try to be all cool. Glick gonna bite the shit out you. Now you looking like an asshole, you know what I'm saying? Don't get something if you aren't prepared to take on that smoke, man. But yeah, man, that's about it, man. That's pretty much the things that I learned, man. You know, be mindful of them hunger strikes. Make sure your parameters is good, because the hunger strikes could come from the parameters. The hunger strikes also just can come because your snake being a bitch. They whole body is just a neck, so they really ain't, you know what I'm saying? Bro got his head and then the rest of his body is his neck. Bro ain't got no chest at all, just neck. Motherfucker got no clavicle, no shoulder blades, just neck. That's it. Little bust down aggressive ramen noodle, unethically behaving HDMI cord, ludicrously acting LAN cable, hostile iPhone fast charge, bust down diabolical hair follow, outrageously outlandish orthodontic shoestring, bust down aquatic fettuccine lagoon.
Oh, you see designer, but this isn't Panda. Took the Poland Spring in Arizona to Atlanta. Call me Uncle Easy, cause I'm risen up your enter. She know I'm a cutie for real. She finna call no duty for real. My last name.
What did you say?